D-I-S-C. Driver, influencer, steady, compliance. Okay. I'm gonna do this super duper fast and then we're gonna start role playing. Okay, because that's what's important, is for us to practice having better conversations. Okay, D personality style. What's the D personality style, Joe?
Dominant, they're self-assured.
Yeah, go ahead, read the quadrant.
Okay. Motivations, bottom line results, fears, losing control and wasting time. Behavioral highlights, self-assured, direct and forceful, time-sensitive. Thinking, this better be good and you better be great.
Yes, okay, and they're fast and aggressive, but they're logic-driven, okay? Which is different than the... They're thinkers. They're thinkers. Different than the influencer. These are the socializers. They're fast and aggressive too. Go ahead, Ruby. Knock out that.
Influencer. Motivations, flattery and positivity. Fears, rejection. Behavioral highlights, animated and expressive. Charming and persuasive. Emotional ups and downs. Thinking, who else is doing it? Will it be fun?
Right, so they're fast and aggressive too. Their pace, their thinking style, but they're not logic-oriented. They're emotion-oriented, okay? Are you high I?
Yes.
Yes, right? High I's can often give themselves away with their outfits, okay? Very appealing to the eye, right? Lots of color, big earrings, yeah? Yeah, right, okay. Those are indicators, not dictators, right? But you know, I'm trying to very quickly understand like who is it that I'm talking to. All right, so I's are fast and aggressive and they're feel oriented, like the steady. I call these the amiables, right? Like these steadies, and the steadies are emotion driven too, but they're not fast and aggressive. They're steady and cautious. Okay, Natalie, read me steady relator.
Motivations, working together, supportive behavior, fears, change, behavioral highlights, amiable and careful, calm and patient, slow and steady, thinking, this sounds like a wonderful experience, but I'm scared.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you, there's some apprehension there, so they're a little slower and more steady. And because they, where is it? Slow, steady, amiable, calm and patient, change. It doesn't say it here. They don't like conflict. Okay, so like when you get to the end of the presentation, you're like, all right, are we ready to go? And they're like, well, we need to think about it. Now, think about it could be anybody, but a lot of times it's amiables because they're a little cautious of this sounds like a wonder. This might sound good, but I'm a little apprehensive. I'm a little scared to move forward. I don't really fully understand the process. Okay, so but look, everybody says at the end of a listing presentation, all right, we need to think about it. Everybody says that. All right, but for sure, the difference is that when you, if you don't explore what it is they want to think about because they're apprehensive and they're scared, a lot of people are like that, and explore like, well, what's holding us back? What do we need to talk more about? If you don't explore that at a listing presentation, and then they don't ever call you back, it's probably an S, because they don't want to tell you like, I don't really want to work with you. Okay, D's are pretty good. They'll be like, hey, look, not going to happen. I'm not interested, okay? All right, so C's, compliance thinkers, motivations, accuracy and specifics, conflict and criticism are their fear, behavioral highlights, conservative and serious, analytical and observant, there we go. These are the analytics. So I call the steadies the amiables because they're friendlies, and I call the compliance the analytics because it's all about the numbers and the systems and the models. Questioning with high standards, and then their thinking is, I need more information. This can't be right. All right, so you may already be starting to think about how these different personality styles might play in regards to a conversation at an open house. The presentation on what I'm talking about or how I'm talking about it, right? Because the analytics, the high C's, they want to talk about numbers. They want the data. They need it for it to make sense. Okay, the amiable wants to feel like they have the right relationship and that they're not being pressured. Okay? All right, this is huge because now what personality style do you think you might be based off of what you see here, Uma?
personality.
Yeah, just by looking at these, what would your first guess be? Just one guess, quickly.
I did this test and it came out to be D&C.
D&C. Okay, how about you, David?
D.I.
D.I. All right. How about you, Jing?
I'm not sure. Maybe S?
Maybe S? Or?
I feel like it can be D or S.
Oh, wow. That's really, yeah. That's a conundrum right there. That's a complicated person.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
But depends on the thing.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Luke?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Yeah? You're probably an I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Take it. Yeah. You got I written all over you, bro. Yeah. There's probably a streak of C in there too. Because, yeah, but I'd guess I with maybe some C, which is not normal. When you cross quadrants, that's really rare. Like you're really amiable. Usually there's a primary and a secondary. You're more like something and you have some tendencies of another. Situations could make that change, work or home. Like that happens for me, right? Is I'm definitely super high driver at work, but at home, like I'm more, I don't know, sub driver. I don't know, less driver. Yeah. But my wife is like super high influencer, like super duper I, for those of you guys who have met my wife, but she's got a really good streak of C in her, which is not normal, right? Usually high I's are like all over the board with like just expressing themselves and really it being 100% about feelings. Because this is important because high I's make really good socializers, right there, it's on the paper, socializer, right? But like every strength pushed to the extreme is a weakness. So what ends up happening? Well, it's all about feelsies and no thinksies and their systems and models suck, right? Or you're a high C. You're like, okay, I'm all about the systems and models, and maybe you even have a little of analysis through paralysis, like you're thinking way too much about stuff versus just getting into action and talking to people. All right, I know there's smiles, there's nodding, like I'm hitting something here in regards to you having a little bit more awareness. Okay, questions, comments, concerns, and then we're gonna jump in. Luke.
Shouldn't we be trying to get a balance over all four if we can? Or at least understanding it to where we don't look stupid.
When you say trying to get a balance, tell me more about that.
I'll just use the open house situation. That person's walking in, and you start asking the questions. Like, what are you looking for most when it comes to a home for you and your family? And this person's like the numbers. This person's like, well, I mean, It's got to be a really good, home. I'm just cutting straight to the point. If it's an ugly house, I'm not buying it. Okay. Or, oh, well, my friends are all buying houses. Like having that balance so we can signify which one and being able to change and go to that. Yeah, so that's exactly why we're doing this. Because as a high D, as soon as I recognize high S's, I slow it down. I bring my volume down because I'm naturally a loud person. I'm Latin, so I speak loud. I'm Italian, so I speak with my hands. Like I'm Spanish and Italian, so like I speak loud, I speak fast, and like that's gonna scare some people. Or you're an amiable and you're a little bit slower, you're a little bit more cautious, and so you speak a little bit more amiably to connect. But if you don't speed it up to show a high D that you're strong, you could be missing out on $1 million deals because they want to see somebody strong. So you don't have to change your personality, but adaptability is super important, Luke, to be able to switch gears and connect. And think of it like this, as a form of being able to communicate at a level or with the energy that personality style is going to be more adapt to, 100%. Okay, all right, so let's jump into the exercise, other side. Okay, what is these are words for DISC personality types. Okay, so these are words that these personality styles may be more inclined to use. They're not all the words. I just came up with them after years of coaching and training, that these are words that fit based off of D's being more think-oriented and bottom line result. A high D, right here, bottom line, exactly, grasp, control, get it done, appreciate, accomplish, win, closed, efficient, cut to the chase, achieve. All right, you starting to hear it? High I, they're more feelsy, they're expressive and talkative. High I's, fun, understanding, really good time, happy, feel, optimistic. I'm feeling weird already saying those things.
Some of you guys are loving it though. You're like, yeah, all right, good times, yes. Okay, relationship, fantastic, energized. Those words don't make sense to me. I know if you use that for me and we were talking, I'd be like, kind of weird. No, not really, because I already have enough knowledge with this stuff, right? But I understand who you are. You're somebody who's really expressive and is really feel-oriented. But for somebody who has ignorance to personality styles, subconsciously, like that feeling is like, a little feelsy for me. Like, just get the job done. But to you, like, that's really important. So you connect with people like you all the time. Yeah. But you're missing out on 75% of the other quadrant, which is why this is important. Adaptation is really important. Okay, high S's, comfortable, peaceful, no hassle, easy way. Remember, these are amiables. They hate conflict. They're feel-oriented also. Secure, smooth, appreciate, connect, no problem, respect, same page, value, together. What's that? That's you, right? Yeah. You feeling that? You like those words? Yeah? Yeah, this is a good exercise too. If you like the words in one section, you're probably, oh yeah, no, there we go. I'm vibing that.
I feel like I can be driven. So for something I really want to do.
Sure.
Myself.
And this is not a science, okay? By the way, this is just...
We're complex humans.
Yeah, we're very complex humans, for sure.
I feel like nothing about me. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, C, cautious, analytics, system, numbers, think. All right, these are think C's like the drivers, make sense. Numbers, ideal, right, details, perfect, accurate, outcomes, systems, involved, pros and cons, informed, advise, clarity, positive, analyze. High C's are like, yes. Right? Kim Treadaway's not here, but like she's, right, gushes when she hears all those C words. Okay, so here's the exercise we're gonna do. Because let's role play closing for an appointment. Okay, that's the easiest way for us to do it. We'll do that quickly, and if we find other objections that we want to handle, maybe we'll play around with that. You don't have to play if you don't feel comfortable, and I don't expect everybody to feel comfortable. That's okay, all right? But if you want to play, then stand up, and then we're gonna role play this a little bit. I think you were here once for one of these, weren't you, or no? No, not this one? Okay.
This is new information.
Okay, so DISC personality types, okay? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you an objection, and then this is a great way to practice your versatility, because some of you guys are like, oh, scripts, that's not me, or like, it makes me feel, confined, okay? Excuses, by the way, all right, for you having good conversations, because the script is just a good outline for you to have a good conversation. There's so much more to talk about, and you having the flexibility to be able to think on your feet and ask better questions, okay, are rooted into better listening. But this is a great exercise in, what's it called? Freestyling. Okay, where somebody says something, you got to think on your feet, and we're going to practice talking to a specific personality style. Okay, so I'm going to give you an objection, and then you're going to use the words to close me for the appointment. Okay? All right. Jing's standing up first time here. Wow, I'm impressed. You're a pretty brave lady. Okay. All right, listen though, Jing, okay? Listen. And for those of you guys who haven't played yet, listen on some of the other people. Huh?
Like repeat a brief.
Yeah, yep. So we're gonna use this technique, okay? They're gonna repeat the objection, they're gonna approve it or acknowledge it, and then they're gonna move on to a question. A question to close. Okay? All right, so repeat the objection, approve or acknowledge the objection, move on to a close. I'm just looking around at the open house. I'm not really ready to buy anything right now. Oh, you're not ready to buy anything right now, Luke? I totally appreciate that. Oh, let's do this. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Okay. We're going, you know what, you guys, you newbies are gonna have to deal with this. We're going pro today. Okay? Because is the DISC words. Okay, so here's how it goes. Watch, Luke. Oh, you're not interested in doing anything right now? I totally understand that, because you really want to make sure that you feel efficient in the process, and that if you're going to achieve your goals, you don't want to waste any time. So I understand that. So why don't we just sit down and have a conversation and just talk about your options Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6? You hear that? Okay. Use because as a trigger word to use DISC words. Now you can use DISC words in the close too. What are you going to close with? Value. What's value? Kind of. We talked about this before. Options. Let's see. How to win. Clarity. Inside information. What's inside information, Natalie?
Like stuff that you pick up on coming to places like this and cleaning and...
Off-market properties, yep.
Oh.
Okay, yes. Great job, Natalie. Okay, so look, when you close for the appointment, you got to have some sort of value bring to the table. What's the value? Clarity, options, how to win, inside info, timing. Okay, we're going pro. We're not doing the basic class today. All right, so repeat the objection, approve it, trigger it with some DISC words, and then move to a close. There's no wrong way to do this, all right? Kind of there is, but there's...
What personality are you?
Perfect. Let's do...
Why don't we figure it out?
High I. No. Nope. You're going to do high I.
At this point, you've already picked up on words they've used
Yep.
to determine their...
Yeah, because we're only starting from the objection,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So there's already been a conversation.
There's already been a conversation. So you realize, okay, I'm talking to a high D. Okay, here we go. D's to start. D's to start. Okay, so I just, I'm not sure it's, I'm ready yet to do anything. I just came to the open house to kind of look around. I'm still a couple months out. Natalie.
Oh, I hear you. So you're kind of at the beginning of your search, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, great. I mean, I can appreciate that. It looks like you want to get a grasp on the market and understand so you can win out here. Is that correct?
Right.
Awesome. Well, look, if I can give you some clarity around how
There we go.
you're not going to waste time in this market and leverage the power that buyers have right now, would you be interested in hearing that?
Okay, there we go. There we go. Good job. All right. Use because as a trigger word so everybody can hear you kicking the DISC words into gear. Okay, that was good though. You did it. No, you didn't. You didn't. But that was fine.
Okay.
The only reason I'm saying use because of the trigger word as the trigger word is for the exercise. Is for us to hear it going, okay, oh, you want to hold off right now? I totally appreciate that because, people are just wanting to be careful in this market and they want to make sure that they can achieve their results and understand how to win before they move forward. So why don't we do this? We can sit down and take a look at your options. I don't mind a conversation. Does Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6 work for you? Bang, there it is. Those are the fundamentals right there of the perfect close, David, is being really strong with your repeat approved move. This is like repeat approved move mastery, actually. Okay, here we go. Joe, I'm just not sure. I just came to the open house. I'm still a few months out. I'm not really ready to do anything yet.
Okay, I understand, Paul, and I can appreciate that you are going to take your time and make sure that you accomplish your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Start again.
Okay.
Right, repeat, approve it, trigger it with because, and then close with some value. All right, Joe, I'm just kind of looking around at the open house. I'm still a couple months out.
Okay, I can understand that you're a couple months out.
There we go.
And I understand because.
Yeah. Yep, I understand that. All right, here we go.
Understand that because you want to be in the driver's seat so you can achieve your best option.
Yep.
For your financial goals.
Yep, close me.
If there is a way that I can show you how to win in this market, would there be a chance that we can meet?
There we go. All right, I'll take it. All right, Ruby, I'm just holding off right now because I'm still a couple months out. I'm just came to the open house to look around.
Okay, no, I understand that because there's definitely a lot to get their grasp on right now in this crazy market. So why don't we sit down and take a look at your options and I can get you some clarity. That way you can make a decision and you are not wasting your time as you keep looking. Tuesday at 4, Wednesday at 6.
There we go. What'd she forget?
She did because.
Repeat. Yeah. Repeat. Now, it's a little hard. Okay, so here's the key to repeat, is to, the easiest way to repeat is to echo. Just take the end of what they said and just go, oh, okay, you want to hold off?
It's like you're just clarifying what they said.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So you're slowing down the thought process and the feeling process on like, I hear you, I hear you. I understand you. Or I appreciate your feelings. I appreciate your thoughts. Okay? I even understand them. That's what that is, right? I understand your thoughts or your feelings. And then let's make some sense and bring some value to the appointment. Because if you don't assign value to the appointment, Jing, if you don't have value to the appointment, they're not going to set an appointment with you. Hey, can we just talk and I could just share with you some good information? Okay, but what's important about that information? To save you money, so you can have clarity, so you can know your options. What's not on there? Certainty. Certainty is another one. I love certainty because certainty is actually the big one. Like we all want certainty because like we never have it. Certainty is a huge one. Okay? Okay, here we go. Yeah, oh, you're next. You're next. Jing's like, let me in the pool. I want to swim. Okay, Jing, I'm not sure it's a good time. I have a few more months still before I do anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you want to do a few months.
Uh-huh.
After. I understand your decision because there is uncertainty in the market now, and I feel like you want to control the process. But I can show you how the market looks like now, and I can show you some options when the time comes. You have more confidence, more control, and you can get things done quickly. So do you want to set an appointment with me? I have availability tomorrow and the next day after tomorrow if you want to schedule an appointment. Okay, all right, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was, she hit the basics. That was very good. That was very, very good. Okay, Uma, just waiting a couple more months to do anything.
So you want to wait for a couple of months before you make your decision?
Yes.
So I understand that. I understand how the market is, and
because
you want more information before you make a decision about one of the biggest investments that every one of us make.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just sit down and why don't we just sit down and let me give you some understanding and certainty about what's happening around the market, and maybe you will get more information. Maybe you'll get more. Maybe I can share some more data and information about what's happening currently in the market, and maybe you can take it forward from there. Would it be okay for you if we meet after? After I finish with my open house at 4 or tomorrow at 6.
There we go. There we go. That was good. Hey, Uma, that was very good. That was a very good structure of what it was. Now look, you're doing it for the first time. Jing's doing it for the first time. You're thinking through like, how do I put together a good process of connecting with people and letting them know that I hear you. Okay, and that I understand how you think or how you feel, and that I'm going to provide clear value. Okay, just careful for you guys. I forgot to say when you did yours, Jing, you said, hey, I know you want to. I can give you the information, and then because I know that you want to have control of the process. As a high D, that made sense to me because if I just say what it is, like what the value is, it's okay. Okay, I want to go pro. No or yes?
Yes.
Okay, if I want to go pro, then what does the data do for them? That's what this is. So you can look at the information, Uma, and that'll really give you clarity on your options. Ooh, now we're stacking them. Okay, now we're putting more together, right? When I can add value with more value. So Uma, when I give you that information, you'll have clarity with your options and figure out, how can you win or figure out when the right timing is for you. There we go.
Sorry, I forgot. Because when we say because, what is this?
DISC words are these words here. Okay, so thank you for making me redo that because I want to make sure you guys understand is that the because is the trigger words to the DISC words. Because should trigger DISC words. Okay. All right, it's a little bit more layered here, but this is good. This is look, you guys are trying to earn a paycheck, $10,000, $20,000. They're not just going to fall into your lap because you look nice or you're even maybe friends or you're dressed professionally. You're going to have to earn your paycheck with what you say. Yeah, that's how you're going to earn it. And then after you do that, it doesn't matter nothing else matters. English not first language, no problem. You don't dress how they would dress, no problem. You earn it right here. Okay, David, I'm thinking about, it's still a couple more months before I do anything.
Pauly, so I understand you want to wait a couple more months.
Yep.
I understand that. Because you want to be in the driver's seat when you're ready to make that decision. If we could get together and I could give you a strategy on the value of what's happening right now in the market, so you have some clarity on how things are really changing on a weekly basis, so that you're confident in achieving your goal of home buying. Could we meet this afternoon or tomorrow at 6?
There we go. I like it. I like it. You see how stacking the value, it even adds, it really goes into their psyche of their personality style. Hey, Paul, if I could give you some information that gave you some clarity around options and timing too, because the market's changing, I mean, literally every week right now. And I know obviously you're not going to do anything until the timing's right for you. So why don't we just sit down and talk about it? Sit, talk, share is a good way to finish. Sit, talk, share is a great way to finish. Hey, let's just sit down and talk about it. I'll share with you some information, and then you're going to figure out what you want to do from there. Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6. Okay. We got everybody over here? Luke. Right. I'm just holding off a couple months, I think.
Holding off a couple months?
Yeah.
I completely understand that. And, there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, buying a house doesn't take 10 seconds. It takes sometimes, 10 months. But, screw up that whole line by saying that.
Just go because, right? All right, Luke, I just want to hold off a couple months.
I completely understand. You want to hold off a couple of months.
Yep.
I appreciate you for being honest with me because, really it's not that easy to buy a house because not everyone is, true so.
Okay, look.
How do I line this
up
perfectly in this case?
Yeah, high C. I knew it. Yep, look. Yep. Okay, look, there's no perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so just use because as the trigger, and then stop thinking and look at the paper because you don't have it in you yet.
Got it.
Okay?
Let's see it.
Other side.
Other side.
D words. When we're gonna keep playing this. When we're playing this, you guys look at the words and just there's your script right there. Uma, you were looking right down at the words and using the words, right? But maybe you got it right though, right? I should be looking here, and then when I get to because, figure out some words, and your big, beautiful brain is going to give you some really good ideas to use, and then shut up and close.
All right, so let's take it slow. So,
couple months, Luke, I think, for me to do anything.
So I understand you want to wait a couple months before making a decision. I completely appreciate that because for most people, the bottom line is especially what's important. Now, with that all being said, why don't we get together and get a time? Do you think Tuesday at 6 or Wednesday at 5 will work best for you?
Okay, all right, that's good. All right, what did we miss, Luke?
We missed adding the value to it.
Yep.
Asking about clarity, options, stuff
like
that.
Right. This is the differentiator, you guys, from people feeling comfortable. So making people feel heard and understood is all good. But if you don't provide clear value, more often than not, they won't follow you. They won't. Why?
Because they think you don't know what you're talking about. They need somebody that knows more that's going to...
They may not. They may think that you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe. What else?
They want to know what's in it for them.
They always want to know what's in it for them. They're going to take time out of their schedule to come see you because who are you?
Because how do you stand out next to the other agents?
They want to know that, right? But who are you to them, Joe?
Stranger danger.
What did Mama say about strangers? You're still a stranger. Jing, perfect.
Good job.
Yes, you are a stranger. And on top of that, on top of being a stranger, guess what else you are? Salesperson. So you're a stranger, you're a salesperson. You may look nice and might be at this nice open house, but you're still a stranger. And you're still a salesperson. And I know what you want. You want me to sign a contract. Right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Appointment equals commitment to them. So if you're not, Luke, if you're not being clear with the value, less often they'll follow you. Sometimes they will, but look, you're playing a numbers game here. You want people to follow you more than they don't for the motivated. Okay? There was a question over here?
The couple that I got at the open house for a buyer appointment, they're the ones that I spoke to the most. We spent the most time having a conversation, but there's not always time for that.
No.
And they said yes because we connected. I got that appointment via email. So how do you do that when there's not enough time to talk? How do you make that connection, I guess, quickly, get them to trust you quickly to make this appointment?
At the open house, the model for the open house script in the playbook is connect at the front, connect at the front, connect at the key. Where's the key? The pool, the upstairs, some key feature, kitchen, primary bedroom. I catch them at a key, and then I catch them at the close. Okay, I can talk a little bit right here. Now, just a little bit, right? I'm creating dialogue and getting that dialogue going so that I can create the synergy that I ask questions, you answer them. And then I catch them in the key, and in the key I can go a little bit deeper. And that's probably a real good chance for me, even if it's a smaller house, 1,600 square feet, and there's really not a lot of place to wander, but I can catch and go, hey, so what do you think about this space? And then once they start talking about that, I start finding out more. You guys live in the area? Okay, what's your time frame? And I'm looking for power questions in addition to fluff questions. Oh, do you like the space? I mean, right? What's really important? What's your time frame? Are you qualified? Are you working with anybody? Do you like me? Right? Okay. Catch them at the front, catch them at the key, catch them at the close. So you got to really be efficient when there may not be as much time for you to be able to extract more information. And then sometimes that'll happen on the follow-up with some of the open houses where you had good conversations and then you just got to find an opportunity to reconnect with them. And this will happen on the follow-up because you should be averaging 1 appointment per open house overall. You should be. If you're not, there's something going on here. Look, there's something going on here. Something going on, Uma, right? If I'm not averaging 1 appointment per open house. If you're good, and good meaning like just be able to have a good conversation, not know all the neighborhoods, not know all the data right away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about get some trust. What's in it for them? Hey, I hear you. I understand you. Because that's the only step you need to get to next. And then we can figure out all the data later. Okay? All right, let's do it again. High S. Let's do S. They're feelsies. Feelsies a little bit different. Okay? Feelsies. I didn't write that very clearly or nicely, so I apologize. All right, so let's do it again though. Repeat, approve, because with some DISC trigger words, S's, and then close with some value. Okay. Joe, I'm just not sure it's I'm a couple months out still from wanting to do anything.
Oh, you're a couple months out.
Yeah.
I understand. Because sorry, I want to do it better. Like,
that was good.
Good.
That what? Was that not good?
No, I want to do it much better.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
I'm still a couple months out, Joe.
Oh, I understand you're a couple months out. That sounds like something that I've heard often. Because everyone, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Watch, Ruby. Just a couple months out.
Well, I understand you're a couple months out. Yes, I understand that because everybody wants to feel comfortable when they're searching for a house. No problem. How about this? If I can get you some information as far as the value that you'll get when looking for a house. Let's sit down and talk, and I'll really get you some clarity around your options and help you figure out when is the right timing for you. I can do Tuesday at 6 or Wednesday at 4.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Joe, I'm looking to do something not really for a couple more months.
Oh, not for a couple of months?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yep.
Because I'm sure that you would like to have a smooth and secure secure experience while you're looking for your next home.
Yep.
I can respect that.
Yep.
What if I'm able to give you some clarity on your options in order to make you feel more comfortable so you can move forward confidently and be on the same page as the best buyers out there? I have today at 4, tomorrow at 6.
There we go. There we go. That's it. Look, we want to stumble and mumble and bumble here. It's okay. It's okay. This is the place to do it. When you're at the open house and you're like,
That's when it's not good.
That's when it's not good.
Well, I'm just thinking of all the months and years that I haven't attended this, and I'm kicking myself.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
But you know what? You're here, so let's just be in the present moment with the fact that you have an enormous heart to care and love on your clients, that you have every intention to lead them down the right direction and get whatever information that you don't have or need, and that if you come from contribution and you just prioritize that, then like, look, are you gonna do this like this? That's not the point. That's not the point. My point is for you guys to have some awareness with like, hey, let them know you're listening to them. Hey, make them feel important, that what they're saying matters to you. Hey, remember, they're not gonna do anything unless you provide value. Like, they're not just gonna sit with a stranger and take time out of their busy schedule with a salesperson. They're not gonna do those things. So now that you have awareness with it, Joe, that is just that reticular activation system, right? Then that just kicks back into gear and you're like, okay, let's do it. All right, good job. Okay, Jing, a couple more months.
A couple of months. I understand your decision because you want to be more comfortable about the market, about your decision to find a great house. Is a big decision. It's not like you go our market to buy something. I can tell you something about the current market and what option you have and how to win in the market, so you can be more comfortable with the subdivision you want to live in. And do you have kids? I thought you have kids. They can find the best school for your kids. I have today at 4, tomorrow at 6.
There we go. All right, you got it. Natalie, a couple months.
Oh, I can totally understand why you would feel like waiting a couple of months would make things more comfortable for you. I can definitely appreciate that, because down the road, maybe you're thinking it'll be smoother once you have a plan in place, and you might feel like you need a couple months to get that plan in place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, how about this? If we sit down either today after this open house, just right after I can meet you for coffee, or tomorrow around 5:30 p.m., I can go over how we can create value around your plan and get something long-term, short-term in the works so that you can feel confident and comfortable that it's going to be the easy way to do this process, and you won't have any surprises later. 15-minute conversation could ease all your worries right now, and then we can just have a plan for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
So I have a question. So if it's a D person or Ace person, for D person you speed up, for Ace person you speed down?
Nah, maybe.
Because I feel like she's
You just
really
match
calm.
their...
Yeah, because you could get a high S who speaks faster, or a high D that speaks slower, for sure.
How do you identify that?
You just keep listen. You just listen to get to know the quadrant, and then listen to what they're saying and how they're saying it.
And sometimes if you're not sure, but you think it might be something, like you'll notice when you're talking to them and you're using some words, like what they perk up to and what they don't. Mm-hmm. When you're like practicing more.
Yeah. What they're attracted to or what they're not. Yeah, good. David, 2 months.
2 months. I can absolutely understand you want to wait 2 months, Paul, because you want to be comfortable with the decisions you make regarding this home purchase, correct?
I do.
If there was a way for you to understand the changing market as it's happening, feel comfortable and confident with your options and the decisions you'll be making, could we set up a time to talk and just share about that so that you're more relaxed and feel secure in the decisions you'll be making?
Yes.
Could we do?
Sorry. Obviously, David has no feelings. All right. No. Just kidding, right? But look, that's good. High D? DI or DC? DI? Yeah. Okay. So that's exactly what we're practicing. Okay, good. Luke, 2 months.
Okay. 2 months is when you're trying to make a decision?
Yeah, not right now.
Okay, I understand. Because when it comes to buying a house, it's not always the easiest decision. You know, obviously we want to make sure that this big decision for you and your family is what is best for you and your family. Because, let's see, I already said because, didn't I?
Yep.
Awesome. How about I go ahead and show you some great options and clarity to help you with making an informed decision. How does Tuesday sound or Wednesday at 6?
Okay, good job, good job. Look, this would, for a long time I had this in my prospecting station where it was something that was reminding me to pay attention to personality styles and then also reminding me to use some of these words. And I actually haven't done this in a while, and I actually needed this to be able to be refreshed, because you could role play with yourself and go, okay, I'm at the open house, I'm talking to somebody, let me practice just my my close where we're at the end, and I go, hey, you're not going to do anything for a couple of months still, and I totally appreciate that, because there's a lot of people that are wanting to be comfortable in the process, and I can appreciate that with this market. You know, you want things to happen in an easy way, and really to be, you know, the least amount of hassle as possible. Is that how you feel? Yeah, that's how I feel. They're feelsies, right? Are those your thoughts, DC? Okay, because when I internalize what's going on here, then I practice having better conversations, then the rate of my connections go up, the number of contracts I'm taking goes up. And okay, now we're headed on the path that you want to be, which is having more clients. No or yes? Okay, don't worry about perfect. Don't worry about Luke exactly, okay? Just know that repeat, approve, move. This is in the playbook, okay? DISC words are important. Okay, where do I use DISC words when I repeat, approve, move? Do I use them here? Do I use them over here? Only over here? Only? It's not about that. In your conversation. Just be you, because you are the value, actually, but you still need strategy for people to trust you, because I'm a stranger and I'm a salesperson. And to begin to break down that psychology, I hear you, I understand you, here's what's in it for you. Okay, the information's not enough. What does the information do for them? Certainty and clarity, those are our big ones. Timing, everybody's always about timing. They start going like this, yeah, yeah. Or I'm talking to them and they go, yeah, because they want certainty. They want to understand timing. People are trying to time the market. Stupid, but they are.
Yeah.
They are, right? Okay, but we can talk about that. Well, listen, what we're going to do is talk about exactly when the right time is, when the right time is for you, and what's the right timing for you on the market. That way you can feel comfortable. Let's sit down and talk about it. I can share more. Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6. Sit, talk, share to finish. Okay, takeaways. Natalie?
Just good to practice this, talking to people and making the mistakes here.
Yeah, good. Takeaway, Ruby.
Getting the beginning and the end phrases to close. We're going to talk about when the right timing is for you. If I can give you some information, let's sit down and talk about it. Just those key phrases.
Yeah, because when they agree, when you have clarity on how to provide specific value, and they're motivated, we've been talking for a little while to figure that out, then 1 + 1 is 2. More often you get to the result, okay? More often you get to the result. Okay, Abdullah, takeaway today. What's your takeaway from all this information? I know you're not licensed yet, but what's something that sticks out or you thought was good for you to learn?
Well, I am licensed.
Oh, you are licensed? Oh, I thought you were not. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's all value.
Uh-huh.
I would name one thing.
Yeah, something that sticks out that maybe is you see as...
Like you said, it's all really in being authentic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just a technique to get you the outcome you want. But
Yeah.
really being yourself.
Yeah. Because this should allow you to be yourself and not restrict you into a script. That's not what this is for. This is allowing you to be you. But if you don't have a strategy around how to make this connection happen, being you, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how talkative you are. It doesn't matter how analytic you are. Like, you will not be operating with maximum efficiency. And this is already a problem because it takes 90+ days to get paid. This is already a problem because some of the people that are even willing to meet you are not willing to do business with you. This is a problem because some of the people that are willing to do business with you won't end up doing business with you. Cancel contract. We need efficiency. No or yes?
Yes.
We need it. Okay, this helps us get there. Okay.